Martell and his bullshit? Yeah, no.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Hey you guys, it's me, it's Nita, and I'm back for another TV recap. This is a show that is new to my channel, but not new. This is Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 3, Episode 1. This is a Carlos King production, and you know Carlo likes to bring the mess. So we got, this is on OWN. It comes on Saturday nights, or Friday nights, one of them. And I'm just going to go through and give a rough recap and review of the episode. So go ahead and like, comment, and let the diva know that you stopped by in the comments. And let's get to the review, shall we? So we start out, everyone is talking about the quarantine, and we're post the pandemic and Black Lives Matter movement, and we're in the thick of all of that. He says enough is enough. Now, I did hear Letitia saying that she didn't tell her kids all about what was going on, and I don't even understand why she would not do that. Like, she's trying to shield her kids from life. I mean, the pandemic is so bad that it has affected children's life, and they need to know. Well, thank God they in the curriculum they have thrown in things about the pandemic and let you know what's going on about vaccinations and all that stuff. So they have that in the curriculum, and so we don't have to worry about Letitia not telling her kids nothing. She don't make any sense to me sometimes. So the first thing we start out with Maurice. He has a black business town hall. It's a group of African Americans who are probably entrepreneurs or in the real estate business, or they have their own businesses. They are social distance outside, and they're in this kind of garden, and Maurice is giving like this MLK speech, and he's trying to figure out where can he contribute and where they can contribute as a group towards the justice of Black Americans. So this show is centered around the comeback group. The comeback group consists of Mel and Martell, Marcel and Tasha, and Kimmy and Maurice. Now, because of all the drama with Mel and Martell and how they interacted with the different couples, their drama took center stage, and the comeback group fell to the wayside. And so the comeback group, and the only reason why I'm giving you like a rough thing about it is because it's new to my channel, so I haven't talked about it before. So the comeback group they were trying to come into Alabama, Huntsville, Alabama, and actually revitalize, instead of having the white investors come gentrify. So they wanted to revitalize instead of gentrify. And so that was their mission and their goal, and they failed horribly at it. So hopefully we're back at the drawing board and we're going to get it popping. So the next scene, Mel is in the ATL because her marriage has hit a wall. They've decided that they are going to do 50-50 joint custody of the kids. So 2 weeks and 2 weeks. So 2 weeks to Mel, 2 weeks to Martell, and they were going to alternate. Couldn't work for me, but that's what they're doing. So when the marriage hit a wall, she was there, and she just couldn't take the disrespect from him. She has a lot of trust issues with him. He's there at the house. He doesn't want to move out. He doesn't want to move forward. However, but he wants to keep on leaving out the house during the pandemic for hours at a time, and he's not. What is he doing? So, she got all these things going on in her head. She's not trusting him. So she leaves to go to ATL because she just wants to get away from it, like out of sight, out of mind. So she goes down to her brother's house. She's having a conversation with her brother. Okay, buddy, I see you. And basically he's saying, so you filed for a divorce, so why are you doing it this time? And she was just saying, I just don't want to keep dealing with Martell and his mess. I'm done with the BS. She said basically she feels guilty because the kids are caught up in between the split, and that is valid. That is valid because that is really, really happening, and that comes with divorce. And so, I really feel for her on that. But she keeps saying that she wants Martell to leave the home, but he won't leave the home. So then that's why she's here, and that's why she's like, I'm just done. I'm filing. So she was like, he never wants to leave the house. He said, well, if you need me to come on up and take care of that for you, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And she was like, okay. So the next scene, Martell and the kids are together. He's a good father. He's serviceable. He's effective. He's a good father. He's very hands-on with his kids. He doesn't care. And that was one of the things from his past with his daddy issues that he has, that his father was absent from his life. Now, not for nothing, his father was in jail. I.e., my father was in jail, so thus was absent from my life. But at the same time, he vowed to not be an absent parent. Now, at the same time, you got to look on the flip side. You have a partner that you need to be good with as well. So I don't even know if you treating the mother like trash, does that really count for you to be a good parent? Something to think about. So, but at the same time, like me, you don't get no kudos for what you're supposed to do. So you're a good father. That's what you're supposed to be. But because the bar is on the floor with men and their children, taking care of their children, the standard is on the floor. So he think because he got it in his hand, I got the baton. Okay, let's keep it moving. You don't get no kudos for what you're supposed to do. You brought these kids into the world, and so yeah, that's just on period. So then Martell mother comes over. The kids are so happy. They go through the whole pleasantries, hugs and kisses and all that stuff. They send the kids upstairs. Then they have a conversation. He brings up the divorce. She is immediately perturbed at him because she's just like, you fucked this up. You did this. And she's like, I cannot believe. She's like, this is my family too, Martell. And then so she basically held him accountable. And which was very refreshing because a lot of times women be on that bullshit when it comes to their sons. And Bill Collector, we're going to get onto that. But along with this one, she definitely held his feet to the fire. She told him she is not in agreement with how this is going down and what all has happened. She was just like, basically, you're just like your father. And that looked like it stinged him a little bit because at the end of the day, he said he was trying not to do that. And he ended up, in turn, being just that. And he said, I really wish my mom was on my side. But, she really thinks of Mel as her daughter. I said, no, she just know right from wrong. You ain't shit nigga. Period. The next scene, Letitia's talking to the kids about their new normal. We're at home, we're at home. We have to homeschool. She's talking about the virtual learning. All the kids got their laptops up. They're all sitting at a table. It looks like not a dining room table, not a formal table, maybe like a nook, a breakfast nook or something like that. So all four of them got their laptops up there. And she was telling the older son to help the middle child. The middle child is to help the younger child. And she's like, I'm here for reinforcements because mommy has to work too. Work and go to school. So they are so disinterested in this whole thing. And that's usually how kids are right now because this is just insane. Like, this is so far from their normal way of life. It's just going to take some time to get used to. But child, when I tell you them kids was so disinterested, and that little boy, he looked like he about 10 or 11. That's Marcel's son. It's in his DNA. I see it's in his DNA. He looks so disengaged, like he couldn't had the time of day to be sitting up here at this table with all these women, because you know his father is misogynistic and sexist. So he definitely looks like he has his father in him, and not because he hangs around him, but just because it's probably just embedded in his DNA and maybe what he's seen. So the kids was just looking. It was crickets. I was like, I felt so bad. So then Marcel comes downstairs, and it's like he antagonizes her. And he actually just said, she was like, oh, so you slept in and everything. Well, I'm just down here with the kids and telling them about the new normal and all of this. And then he was like, oh, you got it. You the boss, right? You a boss. And she was like, no. So the one thing that I want to say about at the beginning, when they was talking about, everybody was talking about the pandemic and how that has affected the family. Now Marcel said this is right up his alley, because Tasha's back in the house taking care of 100% of her duties like she's supposed to be as a good wife, right? So yeah, so that little part there too. And so he gonna say that because she's not doing 100% of their work, and she may be doing 75% and requiring him to contribute 25%, he's talking about he need an assistant because he's not getting the help at home. He needs an assistant. He was like, I'm thinking maybe a millennial, someone that's into sports and fitness. And I said, Marcel, what the hell does somebody being a millennial and in health and fitness have to do with assisting your ass? Make it make sense. Oh, you think you're gonna hire somebody to be fucking on? That's what you thought you was gonna be doing. No, miss me with that. But Tasha, her mother done got her in trouble. Now the first 2 seasons, her mother, she might have been kowtowing to Marcel's bullshit, but that mother of Tasha's was not. She kept her foot on Marcel's neck. You hear me? And every time she thought she was going to let it up, she put the other one on there. She kept her foot on Marcel's neck. She said, you're not going to treat my daughter like this. So then Letitia's mom has gotten in trouble with a lot of the castmates because she just keeps butting her damn nose in where it does not belong. So now, going into this 3rd season, people are not really messing with Tasha because her mother is just starting all this mess. So now Tasha gonna have to hold her own pussy lips because her mother can't hold them no more. She gonna have to speak up for herself. She gonna have to get that backbone and start speaking up. And so this is what she said. She said, oh yeah, two can play that game. She said, you know what, I think I might want me a Manny. And he said, a Manny? He was like, for what? She was like, he said, I'm not hiring no man to take care of no kids. She said, he ain't gonna be taking care of the kids, baby. Hello? I said, come on, Letitia, you better say it. I was just like, and I was here for it because he does not do his part as a husband. Like, he wants to say that all he has to do is go out there and provide, and he does not have to appreciate nothing that she does. He don't come in there with no flowers. He don't come in there with a surprise. He don't bring no food home, like go get takeout for everybody and do nothing. He don't take them out on dates. He don't do nothing. He don't do a date night. He comes and goes as he pleases. He reminds me of how Kevin was acting in the Wendy Williams show, how he would isolate and separate her, and he didn't want her being outside because you're outside doing that dirt, Marcel, and you can't tell me no different. You cannot tell me no lie. You can't tell me no different. Okay, sorry. Okay, next scene. Destiny moved into her new house, and Destiny is the new couple, Destiny and LeBaric, and they are friends of the host. She has an interior designer there, and she is actually trying to furnish the home, help her design and furnish the home. Martell comes over out the blue. Number one, pop up. Number two, where is the husband? And that's the first thing he said. He said, where the hubby at? Okay, so who are you coming over here for? Martell. Who are you coming over here for? First of all, who gave you permission to pop up? Second of all, you're not here for LeBert. You're here for Destiny. Okay, and then, like I said, this is a pop-up because she was totally busy with the interior designer that she was working with. So you're interrupting. I don't know what happened to the interior designer, but anyway, Martell and Destiny sit on the couch. You know, he asks about the baby. She asks about, you know, his kids and all that stuff. And he's talking about the divorce is moving forward. She was like, oh, so y'all done? And basically he was like, yeah. And then, so, you know, she was telling her how good the baby was, and thank God the baby was a sleeper and didn't, you know, wasn't a crybaby and keep you up like that. So she has a little bit of peace of mind and stuff like that. But Martell goes on to say that he cannot continue to get the verbal abuse from Melody. And he sees her for who she really is, and that her heart is ugly. Her heart is it's not good. It's not good. And the divorce is about to get ugly. And she was like, oh, it's gonna get ugly? And then he said, I'm just here so I can make sure that you're not gonna choose Mel over me. And she was like, that's not fair. She was like, well, I've known you longer. I think that is unfair for me. Me and Melody have become close friends over time. And it's not fair for you to come to me telling me that I have to pick you over her when in actuality, you're the one in the wrong. And he was like, oh, well, she did this and she did this. So this is what Martell is doing. In this episode, he's going to be making his rounds to everybody, trying to get an alliance, trying to get everybody to turn against Melody. Everybody is holding his feet to the fire. She was like, well, she did all this stuff to make me cheat. No, can't nobody make you cheat. Destiny was like, no, that's not how that works. She was like, this Melody did not, you don't have an excuse for cheating. Well, oh, she was doing this and she was doing that. She was just like, just cut it. I don't want to hear it. It's right and it's wrong. So, like I said, he always trying to shift accountability to someone else. He does never want to take accountability for his actions. And so, basically, like I said, she held his feet to the fire. And that's that on that. So the next scene is Marcel and Tasha. They're at their business spot, their business space, and he actually looked at his phone and saw a notification that Joe Biden selected Kamala Harris as his running mate, his VP. And Tasha's so happy. She's so happy. She's like, oh my God, this is just so happy. This is great for all the little girls and women, black women, who can see themselves being a vice president or president of the United States. This is just such a great step. You know what I'm saying? So she was just going on about that. And then Marcel was like, I didn't think about that. You think? No, of course your ass didn't. Your sexist, misogynistic, chauvinistic pig ass didn't think about that. He said, oh,
I think I gotta do better for my daughters. I need to think a little different, you know, for my daughters.
Anyway, Marcel's getting on my nerves. Martell then walks into the establishment. Of course, like I said, he's making his rounds. He's trying to apologize, tail tucked between his legs, trying to come back and try to mend some fences and stuff like that. That's what he's doing. Then he had the nerve to turn it on Melody. Talk about Melody misled me to think these things about you and said these things about you and y'all. And she basically was leading me into doing this and doing that and all his actions. So basically all the bullshit that he did in season 2, He's trying to blame on Melody. He is a mess. He is so arrogant, narcissistic. I just cannot stand Martell. He's so lame. I put up there, I said he's so lame. I said he moves like a bitch. And Marceau wasn't buying it. He was like this, what do you mean? He was like, I heard this come out of your own mouth. What are you talking about Melody for? He was like this, you did stuff to me as a friend that was out of order. And he was like,
yeah, I know I'm trying, because Melody misled me.
He said, is that an apology? I was like, right. Is that an apology? He couldn't even fix his mouth to say it. He can't even say, he's sorry. My bad. I was out of order, out of line. He is a mess. So both of them looking crazy, looking at him like he on some bullshit, the bullshit that he's on, and looking at him like that. And Marcel said, well, apology needs to come with changed behavior. So we'll see. And so the next scene, Mel is back in Huntsville. Mel is back in Huntsville. She calls Destiny. Destiny's like, I'm getting ready to work out. She was like, I'm back in Huntsville. Can I come over? I want to see the baby. You know, I just need some joy in my life before I have to go deal with what we're dealing with. When you go back to the house with Martell. So she was like, yeah, come on over. She was like, I hope you got your clothes. Have some workout clothes because we working out. And she was like, okay, cool. I got my clothes. So she brought her clothes in and she stepped out of that Range Rover. And I said, yes, ma'am. She came to slay. You hear me? She was looking good. I said, Martell, when they get divorced and when that divorce is final, that nigga gonna be sick because she still left out of that marriage in enough time. Although she got 4 babies. She got 4 babies, but she got out that marriage before you done stretched and ran through her body all willy-nilly, dropping all your kids, getting all wrinkled and old in the face. She still look good, baby. She looked like she's still in her early 20s and all snatched back. She probably don't even got a damn stretch mark on her stomach. I'm trying to tell you, he gonna be sick. He is gonna be sick. She looked good, and when she came out with her workout clothes, she said, "God damn, girl, don't hurt nobody." I said, "I know." I said, baby, she looked good." So then they had the little workout session. Then they come back in, and they're pretty much just talking, holding the baby, shooting the shit or whatever, and they're basically going back and forth about their men problems. So she's saying, Destiny is pretty much saying that the Barrett doesn't help her with the baby, that she's pretty much doing everything on her own. Like, where he at? And then she was like, oh no, it's too early for all that. She was just like, this is a red flag. He's not even doing good by the children. She was like, honestly, I think he checked out. And I was like, I was thinking about the season 2, and I was just like, was he ever checked in? It didn't seem like it to me. He never seemed checked in to me, but that could be just me. And get down in the comments and let me know. Did you ever think that LeBerick and Destiny had like some, it felt like they met on a dating app and they were doing like some FaceTiming, and then they was doing like some long distance relationship. I bet you LeBerick probably got another girlfriend that lives in Huntsville or in the surrounding areas, taking up his time, because at first that was a long distance relationship. And then when she came, and I was just like, did we have any kind of courtship? Did we have any compatibility? Like, what is going on here? Like, things are just not adding up. So Yeah, she said he checked out, and then Melody was like, girl, he better check back in. I said, girl, that's not how that works. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's not how it works. It may work like that with women. We might go back and forth, but no, ma'am. So, and then the old lady sitting under the tree, what did Funky Dineva say? The fastest way for a man to leave is to have a baby for him. Boom. So, Melody is telling her that their anniversary came and went. Then he calls and says that, calls her the next day talking about, why didn't you call me and wish me a happy anniversary? She was like, that's that conceited, narcissistic mess. I said, girl, you better than me. She said, let me tell you, I've loved that boy.
City, you pushed me out my home. Let's be clear, I was with you when you had crooked teeth, a receding hairline, and no damn money in the bank. When you didn't have anything.
And I still saw you as perfect.
Right, and still loved you for just for who you were.
Since he had crooked teeth, a receding hairline, and no money in the bank. I said, bitch, you need to say that to him on national TV and make this nigga look like this. Yeah, he needs a swift kick in the ass, and it's nothing like embarrassment that will do it. So next scene, she finally leaves Destiny's house. She walks into her home with the suitcase, of course, and they speak real dryly. He asked if she needs some help with the suitcase. She was like, no, do you need help getting your stuff out of here? And then he was like, oh. And then she was like, he said, no, I'm not 100% done, but I'll be out of here by tomorrow. And so he was like, well, anyway. And then he walks over. They walk over by the stairs, and he called for the kids. Your mom's here, and everybody's all ecstatic. You can hear all the happiness and overjoyed. And so they're doing this 2-week off and 2-week on, joint custody, whatever. So then he mentions, so the kids end up leaving again or something. Then they go into another area, and they end up having this discussion. And the thing that irks me about Martell is that he knows her buttons. And Melody, she has to get better with not responding. He was like, when you don't give people the energy, they will pick, gnaw, and like just like a little chihuahua until they find that nerve. Now, her nerve is her children. So he was saying that I don't agree with the terms of what we're doing with the kids. He was like, I don't want to do homeschool. He doesn't want the kids to move out of the house or leave the house and go to Atlanta, nothing like that. He wants the kids to be in one home. And also he said that he sent a rebuttal to the divorce saying that he wants sole custody of the kids. She said, I will knock you in your motherfucking face. Don't play with me. I said, that escalated real fast. So he was like, why are you getting so hostile? Why are you acting like that? And then he starts to gaslight her. Of course, you know that's the first thing men do is gaslight. So he starts to gaslight her. And then he was like bringing up the text messages. And the text messages, let's be clear. After all the bullshit that Martell has put this girl through, yes. When I said I'm done with you and I'm getting a divorce, yes, I may start entertaining people. I may start taking applications for your empty position. Let's be clear. So yeah, I'm talking to people, but I'm not having no affair with nobody. So you can miss me with that. And so, like I said, like he just gnaws at her, and then he'll say little things. He even throw out lies, and like I said, he's just trying to tear her down. And and she was like, "Get out, get the fuck out!" And then she was like, "You had my kids around your goddamn friend, your girlfriend and all that shit. No, I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. And she was just like, no. And then she was like, I am tired. And then I was like, like I said, she just fell into the trap of giving him that energy that he was craving and wanting, like, to just get some kind of emotion out of her. And then she was like, you still on the phone talking about you want to leave. You want to leave and take the kids and we don't have to do the show no more. You want to get back together. You want to save your family. She's like, do you deny? He said, hell no, I don't deny it. He's like, I'm for real. And then she was like, get the fuck out. And so she just left. And that was just the end of the episode, y'all. Child. Like I said, they brought it. I can't believe it. How long is this video? 25 minutes. I'm going to try to edit it down and see what I can get out. But make sure you definitely get down in the comments and you leave me your thoughts on Martell and how he's trying to shuck accountability off his infidelity, how he acts like a female dog, and if you think Marceau is still chauvinistic and basically he's saying he's going to get an assistant to basically fuck him. Basically, that's what that sounds like to me. And the season looks very explosive. Make sure you check out the trailer. I'll put it in the link down below, but I won't be doing any other things like copyright stuff, putting trailers in my videos because they do ding me. Yeah, y'all, that's my review. Thank you so much, especially if you stay to the end of the video. Make sure you follow me on social media. You get down in the comments. Let's have a conversation, and I'll see you next week. Bye.